Hello everyone! Today we are gonna do something jadey, kind of green, brown, red, and here I am making stupid faces. So I'm starting with the Mirabella primer and then my Mica Beauty eye primer. I like to do my face primer before the eye primer so that way I can let it soak in. So I'm going to do the Mica Beauty eye primer and try to apparently adjust my camera and mirror. And yeah. Today I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro Palette, the second one, and I'm using Buff to set my eyeshadow compared to Snow Angel, which I usually use from IT Cosmetics. This is a lot more warm toned, which is not my favorite, but I wanted to use basically the whole palette in this look. So then I am taking light brown and I'm putting it into my crease, and I'm using this like weird brush. I was like, I never use this brush. I should put that brush in. And obviously it looks crazy, but I always say that you can sort of apply it crazy and then just blend it out. You just gotta blend that shit out. Here I'm just taking a little bit of light brown on the actual blending brush and putting it into the crease as well. Then I'm taking this sleek I Divine Garden of Eden palette, and I lost the thing that has the names on it, but it's the darkest matte red brown, and that'll go really nice with the Jade eyeshadow from the Lorac Pro 2 palette that I use. Apparently, I guess I didn't use all Lorac Pro 2 palettes in this. And I am using kind of like a pointed kind of pencil brush to really work that into like the outer V and the crease heavily. So. Then again, I'm taking a little bit on that blending brush to actually just kind of like just further blend it in, but not as like pigmented as it would be with like a pointed or a flat shader brush or anything like that. It's perfect brush for doing that kind of thing. So then I'm taking NYX Jumbo Pencil and Milk to put on the lid just so that the Jade color that I'm going to use from the Lorac Pro 2 palette will just like super be hardcore pigmented. And I'm taking a flat shader brush. This one's from one of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. And this is the best type of brush if you're gonna do, like, if you want to really just pack that color on there. And I also amplified the color by using a setting spray. I also forgot to put it at the like show the camera the palette like right away, but I do later in the video, so don't crucify me yet. So yeah, so I'm just putting Jade all over the lid, and I am kind of like really looking and making sure I've got all the little spots by my lashes filled in, and then I'm blending it out so that it looks a little more seamless between the two. And then I decided to take Bitten between the crease and the lid color. I decided to take Bitten by Makeup Geek and kind of deepen up that crease even just a little bit more. Its look turned out really dark, like really quick. Um, but yeah, so Bitten really works well also with the greens because it's that really cool like red green. And then I felt like maybe I had gone up too high, so I took my original transitional color and then kind of like started to blend it out a little bit further, just even more so that it wouldn't be too much. And again, I'm touching back up on the Jade eyeshadow because I want to make sure that I've filled in. I'm not going to do a liner, so I want to make sure that I've gotten as close as humanly possible to the lashes and between the lashes and all over the lashes. So there's Jade for a second, but then I'm taking, I think it's Cocoa, and it's a shimmery, and I'm, out of frame, of course. There we go. And I'm kind of bringing that down to my lower lash line using the other end of the Urban Decay Naked palette brush. And then I'm taking Jade even further in to kind of like, you know, bring in a little bit of brown in the lower lash line and a little bit of the green and, you know, all that good stuff. Here I tried to use Grwm as an inner corner highlight, but I wasn't super impressed with it. So I went with, what is it, silver. I went with silver instead, and that worked a lot better. So I was a lot more impressed with that. I like the Lorac Pro palette, for Pro 2 palette, whatever the fuck, for the most part, but sometimes I feel like it's not, sometimes I'm like blown away by it, and sometimes I'm like not blown away by it. It's really been like quite hit or miss for me to some degree.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you're curious about how I make these mashups, check out my making of video to the
So
left.
then I'm taking the Tarte Smolderized crayon. This is in gunmetal, and I'm going to take that right on the waterline just to fill in wherever I didn't get that eyeshadow. This is a beautiful crayon, color, pencil, whatever the fuck. I love this color, and I've actually, when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I'll just take this as a liner on both upper and lower and just smudge it out and love it. Then I'm using the Heroin Make Whatever I mascara and doing my lashes as normal, you know, the drill. So here I am going with my sample of the Makeup Forever HD Invisible Foundation in Y205, dotting it all over my face, and then blending it out. It looks really light, but honestly, this is like the shade that matches my legit skin tone. Like, for the first time ever, I've kind of like finally found a foundation that is right. So I'm actually, oh, there's me being sad about Buffy. I can't remember which episode this was, but it was pre-mom death, so maybe I don't know what it was. But um, this shade looks really light, but in reality, this is like my legitimate skin color, and it's craziness that I finally, when I first put it on, I was like, oh my god, that's way too light, and now I'm like, oh my god, that's my actual color. Oh. Here we have a cameo appearance by JoJo. He's looking for trash in the background because that's his favorite thing to do. His favorite thing is to look for trash in our home and try to lick the previous contents of the trash because that is his goal in life, apparently. Here I am rocking out to the Buffy theme song as I apply my concealer. I'm using the Sephora gel serum one and buttercream and the NYX lavender. I think I forgot to pop that into the camera. I was so stoked with rocking out to the Buffy theme song. We all do it. Come on, don't act like you don't. Then I am setting that with the e.l.f. under eye setting powder, and then using my Sephora micro smooth powder in light all over the face with a big ol' fluffy powder brush. Then, wow, I found this in my desk. It's the BH Cosmetics 10 color glamorous blush palette, so I'm using that. I picked out a matte color that's kind of like neutral, and it actually ended up being really pretty. Like, I really don't know why I don't use this more. I bought it a long time ago, and then I used this lightest color as kind of a highlight, and it was okay. It's not my favorite though. So then I'm using my Ofra lip liner in Silk to line my lips. This is kind of like my go-to liner if I'm going to do any kind of lip that's like not a crazy color like a pink or a red or something like that. And then I've got the Milani lipstick and Plum Rose. This should be the color statement lipstick. I love this lipstick, but the smell is very powerful, so if you're bothered by intense smells, then this is not the lipstick for you. It's quite fruity. Here I'm cleaning up the lip line just so I can get right in those corners, and then here I'm using my Cella brow gel to just, you know, So that is the finished look. I think it is really pretty. It's got the green and the red, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. Ultimately, I really like it. It turned out darker than I expected. I don't usually do a lot of lower lash line stuff, but I really love the way that this turned out. And with the lipstick, it's just like totally perfect. I really am a fan of this look. Trying to figure out my hair there. I've got my full house ponytail up on top of my head. So yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. It turned out very fall, even though we're kind of in winter now, but whatever. It is what it is. So comment down below, tell me what your favorite product was from this video. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this. I put out videos whenever I feel like it. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!